Hey man, say man, what's good, y'all? Big Kev coming at y'all with another one, man. And before I get into this video, guys, we did it.
We did it!
We done finally hit 250, man. I cannot thank you guys enough, man. I ain't gonna lie, y'all been showing hella love, man. I'm gonna keep going crazy with these videos, man. As long as y'all keep doing the same, I will keep coming crazy with this content. No Diddy, but it's kind of ironic given the topic of this video. But without further ado, let's get into the vid. Man, oh man, where do I start, bro? It might be over for this nigga Druski, I ain't gonna lie. If y'all know, a new lawsuit in this Diddy case has been revealed, and it turns out that Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski are involved in this one. And now both of these niggas expeditiously denied these claims. Shout out my nigga 10K, man, I be saying that, but man, both these niggas came out quickly denying this. And what's funny about this is a recurring thing that we've been seeing within these Diddy cases, is that usually when there's a lawsuit and people are involved, they come out instantly denying it. Y'all seen even Jay-Z himself had that ChatGPT response already when they called that nigga, what they call him, pedo? But anyways, man, we gotta talk about this nigga Druski. But before I talk about Druski, we gotta also talk about this nigga Odell Beckham, because neither of these niggas is safe. And I honestly feel like this shit maybe not be capped. So a lot of old footage of Druski is being revealed, and it's showing his ties to Diddy that he previously had prior to this case. And I ain't gonna lie, it's not looking good for him.
You ever been to one of Diddy parties?
Yeah, I've been in attendance. I've been in attendance. Not, hey, what the fuck you smirking for?
You saying that?
I've been in attendance.
We just asking regular
That's all
questions.
I said. That's all I said. I said I've been in attendance. I have been in attendance.
We never been. We just asking.
We just asking.
Yeah. As soon as you asked, he said,
You had fun?
I ain't seen that.
"Yeah, you did." Huh?
I ain't seen that.
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I mean, it was a party. I wasn't at one of them parties.
What party? Say that about the party.
What parties you talking about?
I have been in attendance at a puff party. You know what I'm saying? I've been in attendance. Yeah, I went. Yeah,
Okay.
but I ain't. Yeah, nah. I don't know which party. The party I went to, it was girls turn up. You know what I'm saying? The regular. You know what I mean? Other celebrities and shit. Yeah,
That's when you know lying when they say, I ain't been to one of them parties. Wait, what party?
Oh, that's crazy. Did you know, see,
I thought it was only one type of party.
And now the reason why I want to bring up Odell is because his name is also mentioned in this case. And I want to bring up this old video that I remember seeing a few years back. It was kind of weird, and it seemed like a meme at the time, but who knows, maybe it could be some truth to it. And I'm not going to go ahead and say this is what happened, but this is what the narrative was being spun. So it was Odell Beckham Jr. and then you see Justin Bieber, and like they get him on camera, and then you see it's either Odell or Justin Bieber. They pop up and it looks like they were doing some diddling. If I say, here goes the clip right here. All right, now let's get back to Druski, because that's the main purpose of this video. And I kind of got a story that I want to tell y'all. And it's not related to this video, but it is something interesting, and I feel like you guys should hear this. So this is a flashback to around 2019, 2020, back when we were receiving those stimulus checks. So I wasn't working during those times prior, like even before the COVID, I wasn't working. So I'm not going to sit there and blame COVID on me not working, because I already wasn't working before then. It was a 2020 Kev, it was a bad time, you feel me? But nonetheless, I did receive my stimulus check, and I believe I think I was 20 years old, and this was kind of like my first time in a while touching like a lot of money at once. I had way more before this, but I was, like I told y'all, I went through some crazy stuff. I could talk about that in a different video, but to make a long story short, essentially I had received a lot of money. I was in the house for a lot because I couldn't go nowhere, and the flights were like really cheap at this time. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my first vacation. This is actually my first time leaving Ohio, so it's a funny story. But so I went to Fort Lauderdale, and Fort Lauderdale, if you know, is kind of close to Miami. So Fort Lauderdale is obviously cheaper than Miami, so that's why I went there. But one of my days, I think it was like before I left, like one of my last days, I made sure I went out to Miami just because, like, duh, you got to go to Miami. So I was in my Lyft from Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, where I was at, to Miami. And it was probably like a good, I'd say probably like 30 minutes away. But we ended up getting in a huge traffic jam as soon as I entered Miami. So like, I didn't get to I was trying to go to a beach, right? And so tell me why, when my Uber stops in traffic, I just turn and look. And so there's a Dunkin' Donuts and then there's a Urus rental place, right? And in between those two things, I see this nigga Druski just chilling. I promise you, y'all. It caught me off guard because he was just chilling, you feel me? But this is way before he wasn't that big at the time. He was like well known though, don't get me wrong. He definitely was up there. But the reason why I'm kind of bringing this up is because, so at that time, he was in Miami, right? And he ended up filming like a skit with Young Miami at that time. And if you guys know about Young Miami, y'all know her involvement with Diddy kind of goes hand in hand. And I'm not using this on no Spectre Gadget, breaking this down, saying Druski's guilty. It's just a funny story to bring up because it's like to witness some shit, like not no Diddy shit, but I do know like he does have his ties to them and he do be out there with them. So I'm just gonna keep that in mind. And I know that's a tangent, but just bear with me because I kind of have something else I want to break down. Now, if you notice Druski, his humor is kind of on the dark side, you know, dark humor. He'll make some freaky ass jokes every now and then. He'll make some crazy ass jokes. And it's kind of funny because I remember me and my friends back in the day, we used to say this too. He's not the funniest person. He is funny, but like as funny as they were making him, I don't think he was that funny at the time. So it kind of does kind of look a little certain type of way. And he kind of does look like a puppet at some point. So that's kind of what we used to like kind of say. But before I end this off, I want to show you guys these clips because they're kind of important and I kind of feel like they have a deeper message. So let's go ahead and watch these real quick. Then I'm gonna give my finishing touches.
Did you see what happened with Kai and Druski? In the prayer, like the Thanksgiving segment, one of Druski's friends, Willie, the guy starts saying a prayer and then Kevin Hart starts trolling. He's making jokes.
I think that was probably one of the worst prayers I've ever heard in my fucking life. Wow. I think out of all the prayers I've heard, that's at the bottom.
Even Kai's like, what's going on here? So he's like, okay, Kevin, why don't you say a prayer?
How about you doing, Kevin?
Same thing. He's trolling too much to the point where it's like, nobody's laughing.
It's like disrespectful.
Yeah, and Kai takes over. He's like, okay, no, you're not taking serious. Let me say a prayer.
Yeah.
Craziest thing ever. He starts the prayer and he goes,
yeah, I know.
Thank you so much for providing this food that we're about to eat to make sure our nutrients are about.
what? In the middle of the prayer.
That's my one cringe thing is.
A lot of people were upset with Kevin Hart and Druski after these clips surfaced, and now given the circumstances, it kind of makes sense as to why they are acting the way they're acting. And once you know the information, these clips are kind of hard to watch, considering the fact that Kevin Hart also has ties to Diddy. We all remember the clip of him, Usher, and Kevin Hart on the bed for no reason, reminiscing, talking about wrestling over Frosted Flakes. Who knows if that's code or what, but
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
We're having a good time, yo. Oh, your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
it's just scary now given the fact that a lot of these people gonna go down for this shit. And who knows who's gonna be the next nigga they listen to this shit. I'm just praying to God they don't got no dirt on this nigga Brian, bro. Please, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I could take that. But, man, let me know what y'all think of this comments, man. And y'all, thank y'all so much for 250. We actually had 251. And y'all don't understand how turned I am. And y'all just motivate me to really keep these shits going. I love y'all, man. Let's go crazy, man. Big Kev. Let's get to 300. I'm about this bit.